Howdy. How's everybody doing today? Very good? All right, good. All right, I'd like to welcome everyone to the 2017 Texas A&M Plant Breeding Symposium, the Vavilov Method of Utilizing Genetic Diversity. Everyone here at Texas A&M University. So, my name is Francisco Gomez. I'm a PhD student here at Texas A&M University in the Soils and Crop Science Department in plant breeding. And first of all, I'd like to thank my committee members, Amani, Ellen, Tessa, Warda, Stephen, Lauren, and Damon, who this fantastic group of individuals have helped us make this event possible. They are frantically working in the background to make sure everything is in order, and I hope everyone gets a chance to meet them tonight at our social networking event. The Texas A&M Plant Breeding Symposium is part of the DuPont Plant Sciences Series Symposia, which is in its 10th year. The goals of these symposia are to enhance discussion amongst the academic community and private industry, build key organizational and management skills in future plant scientists, and expose students to career opportunities in agriculture. The event, as you all may know, is completely student-driven by graduate students studying plant breeding and related sciences under the guidance of Dr. Tabare Abadi, who is Pioneer representative with us today. He's our Senior Research Manager of DuPont Pioneer. We also have another Pioneer representative today, Dr. Emily Combs. I encourage the students and the faculty members to speak with these industry representatives during one of our breaks today. DuPont Pioneer, as you all may know, has given a significant contribution to the Texas A&M Plant Breeding Symposium, and they're our main sponsor. So please join me in thanking DuPont Pioneer for their continued support of this event. We have also received support from many on-campus departments, including the Department of Soils and Crop Sciences, Institute of Genome Science and Society, TIGS, Biology, Horticulture, Molecular and Environmental Plant Sciences, and Plant Pathology. In addition, this year, we have also received a generous contribution from two commodity boards, the Texas Peanut Producers Boards and the Texas Grain Sorghum Producers. In addition, we have also been endorsed by the Executive Director of the Crop Trust, Director Maria Haga, mainly due to the interest in what we'll be discussing today. Crop Trust has kindly provided with the pamphlets to share the work they're doing to preserve the conservation and availability of plant diversity essential for food and agriculture. You may find some of these on your desk. Many of our attendees have received complimentary symposium t-shirts which were supplied by Cotton Incorporated. We have also received snacks courtesy of Kind and beverages from Pepsi Cola for today's event. So please, ladies and gentlemen, join me in thanking our sponsors for today. We also invite everyone to follow the Texas A&M Plant Breeding Symposium on social media. Tag us on posts today. We would like to know how you're enjoying the event today. We are committed to enhancing networking between our speakers, sponsors, students, and everyone in attendance. Later tonight, after the symposium, we will be having a social at Cafe Excel. Everyone is welcome to attend, including significant others. There will be free appetizers and a cash bar. The symposium today is following a successful opening session held yesterday at Rotor Tower, where a workshop and panel discussion was aimed at increasing the knowledge of utilizing genetic diversity in breeding programs, learning tools to search for genetic diversity within our crops, and stimulating discussion on the challenges of utilizing genetic diversity in modern breeding programs. This was also the platform where winners from the 3rd Annual Graduate Student Oral Competition and DuPont Pioneer Travel Scholarships had the opportunity to present oral presentations on their research. The Graduate Student Oral Competitions promotes and encourages students to communicate their research to their peers as well as network with a wider plant sciences community. From Texas A&M University, please join me in congratulating Brian Pfeiffer, Nolan Bentley, and Mitchell Schumann, who will receive a $250 scholarship for their effort. We will also have the opportunity to hear from Mitchell Schumann later today. The DuPont Pioneer Travel Scholarship was created to foster interaction between graduate students studying plant breeding or related sciences at Texas A&M and other institutions. The scholarship is administered by the Symposium Organizing Committee and is fully funded by DuPont Pioneer. Please join me in congratulating Heather Rose Cates, a PhD student from the University of Florida, Derek Barchinger, a PhD student from New Mexico State University, and Pablo Gonzalez, a PhD student from University of Wisconsin. We will be hearing from Heather later today. At 2:50 today, there will be an hour poster session for the third annual graduate student research competition. Posters were judged this morning by a panel of plant science experts. First and second and third place winners will be awarded $200, $150, and $100 respectively. We encourage all poster presenters to send by their poster during the poster session. Please join me again in congratulating all these students' research competition participants. We should go to the pyre, we shall burn, but we should not retreat from our convictions, were one of the last words of Nikolai Ivanovich Vavilov, a martyr of science. Today we are here to celebrate the life and career of Nikolai Vavilov. Despite his tragic death due to starvation from his imprisonment due to the crackpot pseudoscience he battled with Trofim Lychenko, he remains one of the most influential scientists of the 21st century and a pioneer in genetic resource preservation. He is best known for his ideas in evolutionary genetics, such as the laws of homologous series and variation and the theories of centers of origin of cultivated plants, now known as the centers of diversity. Vavilov was a botanist, a geneticist, a horticulturalist, and a plant breeder. He was one of the first to explore and actively collect wild crop relatives and early landrace varieties, recognizing the importance of preserving genetic diversity and its utilization in future crop improvements. Today, more than 60% of our crops comes from 3 major food crops, making our agricultural system highly vulnerable. Furthermore, global climate change, environmental degradation, population expansion, biodiversity loss, and limited land and water resources are challenges that our agriculture has faced in the 21st century. For the plant scientists and plant breeders of today working on tackling these global challenges, in which our food depends on, Vavilov's ideas on plant genetic diversity and seed banking are now more important than ever. In order to adapt climate change, ensure global food security, reduce poverty, protect nutritional security, and ensure sustainable agriculture. As Vavilov would say, life is short, we must hurry. The main goal of the symposium today is to hear from plant scientists and breeders who are applying Vavilov's ideas through the conservation, collecting, and effectively utilizing genetic diversity in modern crop breeding programs. We thank each and every one of you today for joining us at the Texas A&M Plant Breeding Symposium. And to continue this welcome message, please join me in welcoming the Director of Texas A&M AgriLife Research, Dr. Craig Nestler, where he will be honoring one of our own.
I want you to know that a wise man told me once that agriculture is the only essential industry. And you should be very proud at the work that you do to support this important industry. Obviously, civilization as we know it depends on you, depends on plant breeding. The Texas A&M AgriLife Research Agency developed a strategic plan with the help of our department heads, station directors around Texas to decide what we're going to be doing over the next 5 years. Obviously, one of the challenges we all face is climate change. Climate change is a political issue, and I urge you to be involved on that side, the politics of climate change. However, it's also an agricultural issue. And our main focus is what we call adaptive agriculture. Regardless of whether politicians are able to solve or slow climate change, we do need to feed people. And we can only feed people if we use diversity, if we use our skills in plant breeding to make sure that we have resilience in our crops. And so I urge you to take your talents, to take your knowledge, and to move it towards feeding the world in a changing climate. I will also say proudly the Texas A&M for the 4th year in a row, and you've probably heard this before, is ranked number 1 among all 202 agricultural programs in agriculture expenditures, research expenditures. That has nothing to do with me. It has everything to do with you, your major professors, and the technical support staff that helps you accomplish your research. And I applaud you for your continued effort to make sure that we have the funding to do the work that you are so passionate about. And one of the things you learn in this business is there is nothing more depressing than getting up in the morning, wanting to do your research, and not having the resources to do it. So first and foremost, you need to figure out ways to sustain and to maintain your programs along with your advisors. And Texas A&M has done a wonderful job. Our partners in industry, we mentioned DuPont Pioneer. Dr. Bill McCutcheon, who's not with us, a former employee for 14 years of that company, has recognized the importance of partnering with corporate partners. Those corporate partners will take your discoveries and your products into the marketplace so that producers may purchase them and deploy them in their production schemes. Today's world is different than the world of 20, 30, 40 years ago, where public breeding programs simply made seeds available to the public for their use. And the thing that changed that is biotechnology and the use of traits. And so we produce, for example, many, many important breakthroughs in our corn breeding program. But very few of Texas farmers employ our corn varieties because they don't have BT, they don't have herbicide resistance. So we partner with companies such as DuPont to make sure that the best of what you do combines with the biotechnology that's necessary for the producers to produce large crops in a very efficient way. And so with that, I'd like to begin to recognize one of our own. I'd like to call Dr. Charles Simpson up here. One of the things that Vavilov and his centers of origin theory is that you go to find diversity in places where those crops originated. This is Indiana peanut. And we would like to recognize him, the students would like to recognize him with an award. There is nothing more rewarding, and I can tell you, I got a teaching award 30 years ago presented by students. And it's the most meaningful recognition that you can get when they are the ones that tell you, hey, Prof, you did a great job.
I don't know what to say, but now I understand something about my wife and daughter that are back there this morning. I'm overwhelmed to be honored by the students, everyone involved. It's been a labor of love for the last, well, almost 50 years, and I guess I'd have to love it to continue doing it for 14 years after I retired. But I thank you so much for this. It's overwhelming.